Hi, good morning everyone. There is a proverb say, out of sight, out of mind. Tak kenal maka tak sayang. So let me introduce myself. I'm Ida Kalista, VC Faculties of Law, Social Science, and Political Science, majoring in English Literature as translation. First of all, let us thank God for giving us health and the opportunity to gather here today. I would also like to thank to our tutor, Mr. Taufik Hashim, and my beloved classmate for taking the time to listen to my speech. In order to complete the segment 3, I choose Autopilot as the title of my public speaking presentation. Now, imagine a situation where you are driving a car after a long and tiring day. Your hands are on the steering wheel, your eyes looking ahead, focusing on the route, but your mind is somewhere else. You pass the same street, traffic light, and even the same buildings. And then suddenly you arrive home, and you realize something strange. You don't even remember the journey of your trip. This phenomenon is known as autopilot. That is autopilot living on feels like. However, this condition doesn't only occur while driving. It also occurs in everyday life. Many individuals repeatedly experience the same routine. We wake up every morning, attend a class, finish assignment, scroll endlessly on social media, and sleep, and do the same routine and again. Days become a week become months, and without realizing it, we're simply moving, not a truly living. Sometimes we're so busy surviving this life that we forget to ask to ourselves, where am I actually going? What is the purpose of this? So today I want to talk about autopilot, a condition where we live our life mechanically, do the same things every day without awareness, direction, or a real purpose. Because the most dangerous of autopilot is not when we are driving a car unconsciously, however, when we live our life without a purpose. So, through this speech, I want to invite all of us to reflect on our life and start taking control of our future. Does anyone here know what is autopilot actually mean? In a simple terms, autopilot is a condition where someone lives only based on habit and routine without fully realizing what they truly wanted in life. They keep moving without a clear destination. This condition is very common among young people today. Social pressure, academic demands, and a fear of failure often make people feel lost. As a result, many just follow what others do instead of understanding their own dreams and their own potential. According to the American Psychological Associations or EPA, people who have a clear purpose in life tend to have a better mental health and stronger motivation in facing challenges. In addition, positive psychological explain that individuals who understand their life purpose are usually more productive, more resilient under pressure, and feel that their life are more meaningful. On the other hand, the Indonesian Ministry of Health states that the mental health of young people is strongly affected by confusion about life directions, pressure from society, and lack of self-control. This finding demonstrates that losing one's sense of directions may negatively affected by the psychological well-being and overall quality of life. Therefore, there are several important steps individuals can take to avoid living in autopilot mode. So, what should we do, especially as young people? We need to know ourselves better. We should ask to ourselves, such as, what are my strengths? Apa sih kelebihan saya itu? What makes me happy? Apa sih yang buat saya bahagia itu? What kind of future do I want? Masa depan seperti apa sih yang saya inginkan itu? First, individuals need to engage in self-reflection in order to better understand their potential, interests, and life goals. Second one, individuals should establish clear objectives both in short term and a long term. This objective can serve as a guide in making decisions and determine priorities in life. The third one, individual must be willing to grow through experience or gain new experience, learning opportunities, and new challenges. Failure should not be perceived as the end of process, but rather as a part of self-development process. Remember, life is not about surviving each day, but life is about growing, learning, and becoming best version of ourselves. Last but not least, in conclusion, living in autopilot mode can make us lose our directions and purpose in life. As a young people, we should not simply just follow the flow like water. We should know where we are going to in life. We all have a dreams, talents, potential, and the important thing in life is just to start realizing it and take control of our life. Even a small step today probably can create a better future tomorrow. Before I end this speech, I will also leave you final questions. Are you just truly living in your life? Or are you just simply running on autopilot mode? Starting today, take a moment to reflect your own goals, our dreams, and the future you want to create. Because life is too short and too valuable, live without purpose. Thank you for your attention. Have a wonderful day.